Everybody out there in YouTube world, hope things are okay for you. They're in that wonderful world of ours, despite the things that are going on around that world. But yes, right, we're going to be doing a Let's Talk About, and this Let's Talk About subject is called being British. Isn't that right, Mrs. Chi?
It is.
Boy, because we've been seeing some other YouTube video features on some of the other channels, and from what we've been hearing, we're not too pleased with what some of the content's being put out there, to be honest with you.
No, because it isn't fair.
No, exactly, it's not fair at all.
It may only be the person's opinion, but it just shows how people think.
Yeah.
In this day and age, doesn't it?
Yeah. And what I think how some of those people think, like, they're uneducated people. I'm not saying, they're dumb or whatever. They're just not educated enough to know about the history of it, about being British. Like, take me, for instance. Now, when I'm always out and about, some people think I'm Asian. I even went to one place in Maryhill not so long ago, and went into this, I can't really mention the name because of, if you name certain companies and you haven't got the permission for them to mention their names, the politics of it, you can get you into a little bit of bother, so to speak. But anyway, we was in this well-known shop, we should say, yes.
We was waiting for a lift, basically.
Yeah, we were waiting for a lift, and we noticed this grandmother with her grandchild, and she said to me, "Oh, you've got a nice tan." And I looked at Maxine, and I was thinking, gosh. I says, "No, actually, this is my natural skin colour." Oh, and then she read up. Oh, I said, "My father is Jamaican. My mother is English white. So my father came over from the Windrush," I said to this lady. Oh, she kind of like, she looked very uncomfortable now because she judged me. I was being judged.
She must have thought you'd sat me in the shade under a tree. Sorry.
No, but seriously, yeah. See, people, they judge you from the way how you look, from the way how you behave, from the clothes you wear, from the things you do. We, as human beings, have no right to judge anyone. And that's the truth of the matter. But, being British, I am a British person. I was born here in Wolverhampton, 1966. I even been told when I was a young lad growing up, I should go back to the place where I came from. I'd say, hang on a minute, I came from this country, so I belong here. I was born here. My birth certificate's from Wolverhampton Council. I was baptised here, I was christened here, went to school here. So I've had people in the past saying, well, I'm not British. Well, yes, I am British, whether they like it or not.
If you're born in the UK, it doesn't matter what colour you are.
Exactly.
You're British. I heard something on the telly which quite disturbed me, really. From a young person who was writing some of the things she was saying, who's aiming at being a politician, isn't she?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say names and stuff.
Yeah.
But it really disturbed me. And it was about, because of all the people coming over on the boats and stuff, it was about getting basically Britain back to Britain again. But she said we should all stick together and young people, blah, blah, blah. back to white British. And I says to Andrew, did I just hear that right?
Yeah, you did. You heard it clear as a bell.
And I thought, no, I'm going to have to question this.
Mm.
Because that's just not right.
No.
That's not right.
No, it isn't.
Anyone who's born here, doesn't matter what colour skin you've got, you are British, or whatever you want to class yourself as, but you're still British.
You're born British.
If I was born in Japan, I'd be Japanese.
Mm. I even know some white Jamaicans.
Yeah.
I know Chinese Jamaicans who were born in Jamaica. So what does that make them? They are Jamaican, pure and simple.
Now, getting back to this white British, I had to question it. Now, I was quite surprised that there was no comeback on it really, apart from a couple of people.
Yeah, who were very positive about what you
It was very positive. Now, I asked myself, is that because they're afraid to speak out?
Because we're not afraid to speak out.
Is it because they don't want sort of any
reprisals?
And it just sickened me.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is somebody who wants to be a politician and probably will be. What planet is she on?
Yeah.
You know, white British. We need to bring it back for our white British children. Well, hang on. There's not just white British. There's every nationality of people and children who were actually born here. And until they start sticking up for themselves, it's just... I just can't see anything getting any better.
Mm.
I agreed with her
with the youth, the children, the young teenagers.
Yeah, but I actually agreed with her when she was on about people coming over on the boats.
Yes. Illegal immigrants?
Which is totally different from the Windrush era.
Yeah.
When people were invited over.
They were invited
to come
over.
and work if they wanted to, which they did.
Because they helped with the war.
Yeah, and they helped fill in all the jobs.
Yeah.
The Chinese nurses, doctors, and not just Chinese. Does that mean they want them to come here? Or pre-wanted them to come here and not have any children? And if they did, and they were born in this country, they would not be classed as British. Because that's what it was saying.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was saying.
Yeah.
And it really got my back up. It really got my back up. So I had to make a comment, didn't I?
Of course you did.
And I said, my partner is mixed race and he was born here. I'm white, British. Well, I'm not. I'm Irish, British.
Yeah, you are.
Does that mean, because my skin's a different colour from my partner's, I'm classed as British, but he's not, even though he was born here? And there were so many corners, weren't there? And
yeah, it certainly was.
Turnings in that one question.
Yeah, most
But
definitely.
what really got me was these poor people from Windrush going back was invited here to work.
My dad was one of them.
Yeah. How can you tell somebody who to fall in love with? You can't.
No.
It's impossible. You can't.
No.
Because if you decide you love somebody and they love you, that's it, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter about the colour of the skin, where they come from or anything else. And it shouldn't matter to other people either, because it's none of their business, basically. And I was just astounded by what I'd heard.
Yeah.
But what even shocked me even more, there was only 2 people responded.
To your comment.
Now, I would have thought that they would have rushed onto that.
Yeah.
And stuck up for themselves, really, because I was sticking up for them. Well, not sticking up for them, really. I was just debating a fact,
Yeah.
a true fact.
Very true fact.
Yeah. they don't class these children or people who were born here from different cultural backgrounds as British.
Yeah, exactly.
And they only class white British.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what she was saying, wasn't it?
Yes, of course she was.
And I thought, you know, we live in a multicultural
World.
country.
A world in particular.
And you know, before all this palaver with all the people coming over who shouldn't, inviting themselves over, and being given money and cars and houses over our own people. And by our own people, I mean the cultural people who've lived here all their lives and who were born here. You know, yet they can have foreigners come over illegally and give them a roof over their head, food on the table, a car to drive.
Yeah, I know.
Not be allowed to work.
Yeah.
And welcome them with open arms.
Yeah.
But for people who've been here for generations, I mean, Windrush era, whatever, they can't welcome them. And this is your future politicians, basically. What sort of world do we live in? What sort of world do we live in? We're all born the same. We all have the same opportunities.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what colour skin you've got. Or we should have. We should have. I mean, that could be debatable, couldn't it, really?
Born the same as being born a human being.
That could be debatable.
Yeah.
But the thought of people who have not got white skin not being included in that. But they knew I was right with what I said because they just couldn't answer it.
Yeah, exactly.
They couldn't, and I gave them every opportunity, didn't I, to answer that.
And you put it up a couple of days ago.
I did. But you know, well done if you're watching this.
Yep.
To the couple of people who did answer. Thank you for that. Because you knew I was right.
Yeah, of
You
course.
knew I was right. Do you know, we all bleed the same.
Exactly.
As I say, we all have the same opportunities, or should do, in life. We all have choice. It's our right to have a choice.
Of course it is.
Of who we want to be with.
Yep.
You know, people have worked hard.
Yeah.
Don't matter what colour they are, over years. You know, they've raised families here. You know, never be ashamed of who you are.
Yeah.
But don't keep letting these people override you, because that's what they're doing, or trying to do.
I was going to say that, trying to do, yeah.
Trying to do. And it's not good.
No.
It's not good. I mean, I don't care what people think of me.
I'm the same as well.
I never will.
No one overrides me in life, and then
I never will. Until they start paying my rent.
Yep. And putting clothes on my back.
Yeah.
And getting food on my table.
Mind your own business.
Exactly.
Mind your own business. I'm proud of my roots. Andrew's proud of his roots.
Very proud.
I mean, we've got a lot of friends who are multicultural, haven't we?
Oh gosh, the
You
list
know,
is
between
endless.
us.
The list is endless, and it really
And
is.
family,
Yeah.
who are mixed race. You know, we all should be pulling together. Life's too short. There's enough war, isn't there, in other places?
Of course there is.
Without inviting it into ours.
Yeah.
And that's what they're probably trying to do.
Yeah.
They want to mix it again, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
I mean, everywhere you go, you got protests everywhere.
Yeah, literally.
Now, that's fine if they know what they're protesting about.
Yep.
But half of them don't.
That's true, that is.
They don't know what they're protesting about.
Yeah, it's called the bandwagon protesting.
I mean, as I say, everybody's got their own rights and their own opinions.
But
do not go protesting if you don't know what you're protesting about. Because all it's do is stirring again.
Yep.
Stirring this beautiful multicultural world we live in. You know, there's good and bad in everybody.
Yeah, there is.
Stop assuming that somebody's like this and assuming somebody's like
Yeah,
that.
don't judge people, please.
Yeah. And like, you know, we get a lot of looks and stuff because from both cultures here as well.
Yeah, it is both cultures. Well, actually,
Andrew will confirm that.
Well, more than both cultures, by quite a few cultured people.
Yeah.
The looks they give us.
Yeah.
They ought to be ashamed in looking that way themselves.
Yeah.
They should see themselves how they look.
Mm-hmm.
They ought to be ashamed because when we see people of different cultures in relationships, oh gosh, we support that. Because that's what we are. We're multicultural people. And we love being it.
So, you know, what's wrong with people? Again, you know, is it ignorance?
I think it is, personally. With certain things.
Because I would never look at somebody and think you shouldn't be with that person.
Exactly. I support that. I really do. I say good to you for doing that.
You know, you have to be who you are and be happy.
Exactly. You have to be. That's it. See, there you go. You hear that? Happy.
You have to be.
How many people, right? We want to know this as well. This is another good one. If you put in the comments to below what we're talking about being British, but we want to know, are you truly happy with yourself in life and with the person you are with in your life? Are you really, really, really happy?
Yeah.
We'd love to know that, because I can tell you now, right, I've never been this happy ever in my entire existence.
And it's the same with me, you know. I'll back that.
I never knew it really existed. I always thought happiness was a material thing, I'm being honest with you. How wrong was I? How very wrong was I? This happiness we've got between us two here, you could have all the money in the world. You could be the richest person on the planet.
Yeah.
You would never ever be able to afford to buy the happiness we've got. And I can promise you that. Some people say, well, what if someone offered you £5 million? I tell you now, I'd say to them, you know, that £5 million, you can go and sling it.
Because money can't buy you happiness.
It will never ever buy you happiness. It might buy you material things. As oh, that's cheaping up a little bit. But are you really, really happy with it? Because when you leave this world, when you die, I've got to be honest with that. When you die, because no one can live forever, no one. What are you going to take with you when you go? When you really think about it, I know what I'm taking with me. The happiness we've got for each other. That's definitely coming with me when I leave this world. 100%.
Yeah, because it's genuine.
Yeah.
And it's pure.
Just because we do these videos, right? We're not you get some people I've seen out there, they'll create video content or what have you, and they'll act. It's like an act with some of them. So when that camera's turned off and that door's shut, what are they really like? Because this is what we are like. It's not an act. This is the real deal here. What you are seeing and witnessing here between us two. It's the real thing. I ain't joking.
But you know what? All the people, then you want to do so much good for your country.
Yeah.
Your country should be everyone who was born here.
Exactly.
Everyone. Because that's your country. That's the reality of it.
Yep.
You know, take the Windrush. They didn't ask to come over. They was invited.
They were invited.
They was invited over.
They were invited.
To come and do the jobs that white people didn't want to do. And that's the honesty of it.
Yeah, that's the honesty. Some people may not like to hear.
That's the honesty of it.
Some people may not like to hear this, but I can tell you now, this is the truth. My father told me all this when he came over.
Yeah.
When we were growing up, he told me the stories about this Windrush.
I mean, they were short of doctors, they were short of nurses.
Yep.
Because they didn't want to do it. The white people didn't want to do it.
My father was so proud of doing his work. You know, my dad, right? You know, the for some of my much older senior subscribers, or or older, people who watch our videos. My father, right, worked on the trolley buses over here when he was. I think Dad was probably late. He's probably about between 19 and his early 20s. He was on a trolley bus. He was a trolley bus conductor, and he was so happy and proud to do that job. He really was. He really thoroughly enjoyed it. He worked in the coal mines on the Dudley coal face, and he told me this story, right? You had different colours of people going down in the lift, going down into the coal face, deep down into the earth.
The pits.
The pit. You'd have black people, you'd have Chinese people, you'd have Indian people, white people. They'd go down and do their shift for a few hours, and they all came back up from the pit. And you know what colour they all were? The same colour as coal. Black. Everyone. And you couldn't tell what colour they were. So what does that say to you? That's a metaphor in life, that is. They was all one same colour.
Young children at school, when they start nurseries, they don't notice colour.
No, they don't.
They only start noticing colour when their parents mention it.
Yep, that's the truth. That's a harsh reality.
Yeah.
And that really is true.
Sad.
And I bear witness to it myself. I've seen
Very
it.
sad.
I've seen parents, right, when I was a youngster growing up, saying to their children, their white children, "Oh, you don't want to be mixing with them. They're a different colour than you. Their father's a black person, and if you touch them, that colour will rub off on you and affect you." I used to get people who used to say, "Oh, yeah, that's my skin colour." And they used to say, why are you that colour then? Why are you the same colour as your father? I said, "Well, my mum's white. She's English." You see, and it still carries on today.
I mean,
It
even
really
now, Asian people think you're Asian.
Yeah, I really do. They used to come up to me and speak, especially the older Asian people, used to think, they used to speak to me in Punjab, really, Gujarati, because I do understand some Punjab and Gujarati, because I used to have a lot of Asian friends at school when I was growing up, so I'd learn a couple of things from them. I used to know about when Asian people were speaking about me in Punjab, and I could tell I'd listen out for certain words. But yeah, even to this very day, when we moved in here, my neighbours thought I was Asian and said, "Nope, I'm not. I was born here, but my dad's from the Windrush era, 1952. That's when he came over."
And where we've moved to now, it's multicultural, isn't it?
It is a very multicultural.
Lovely.
It is a very multicultural area.
So lovely. Everybody looks after one another.
Yep, they do.
How it should be, basically.
That's exactly true.
How it should be. Yeah. But you've got to start doing something. And I mean, that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that young politician did say. And it's true. But not in the way they want you to do it. Because it's wrong.
It is very,
All
very
it's going
wrong.
to do is cause war again between different cultures, which is stupid after all these years, all the hard work that's gone into everything.
Yeah.
I mean, me, even as a child, I never noticed colour.
No.
I just play with everybody, and I love being with everybody.
Yeah, but getting back to what that female had said about British being white British.
White British.
Things like that cause racism wars. And it really does.
White British.
We don't live in a world like that. We don't. We are human beings. We are human beings. And always remember that.
It should be getting better.
It should be getting better.
With the future generations.
Yes, exactly. It should be, but...
And, I don't know what the solution is. I really don't. But, do they want to stir wars and hatred? And it just makes you wonder, doesn't it, really?
Come on,
whether they do.
Come on, people, man, of this world of ours. Just find peace so we can live in peace with each other. Don't be jealous of each other. Don't be envious of each other. Don't show hatred or malice to another person, all because of the colour of your skin or how much money you've got. There's a lot of that going on around. Oh, I've got more money than you. Yeah, so what? Fair dues to you for earning that amount of money. Good luck to you.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck to you. I have never been jealous or envious of any other human.
True.
In my entire existence.
True.
And I never ever will.
There's no need for jealousy, is there?
You know, I've seen YouTubers out there with thousands and thousands of subscribers. You know how many subscribers I've got at the moment? 199, and I'm so chuffed with that. I really am chuffed as punch with that. I really am. And if I don't get any more, then so be it. Or even if I lose subscribers, then so be it. If I end up with 1 subscriber, then so be it. This is the kind of person who I am. And I will not stop being the person who I am. And that is Andrew Chi Osborne. Yeah, in a nutshell.
The nicest, kindest, fairest person you could ever meet.
Oh, bless you for saying
Yeah,
that.
but you are. You are.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Not in offence. You know, just so lovely. Such a kind, loving person. And that's what we need, isn't it? You know, people probably, you know, I've got to be a hard knock and it's just sickening.
Oh yeah, I also pack a punch as well. Not the physical punch. The punch I pack is the chi from within me. That's where I pack my true punch of life. And that's to get through the struggles of life by having that. But yes, so we're going to be ending it there. But seriously,
Yeah.
being British is a multicoloured thing in life if you're born here. That's what being British is. It truly is.
It is true. You know.
I'm proud to be a British person. I have a multicoloured way of life. But I'm still a British person. Whether some people may like it or not, I am a British person. There you go. Okay then, Melissa, ending it there. And let's talk about being British.
Let us know what you think.
Yes, please.
You know, have your say.
Yeah. And I'll
You
tell
know,
you now.
if you don't agree with us, that's fine. Just have your say so
Yeah.
people can understand.
Yeah. And again, when it comes to trolls on our channel, please, we don't tolerate that. If you're going to be a troll on our channel, you will be deleted. It's as simple as that. We don't appreciate stuff like that because we don't deserve stuff like that.
Life's too short for that rubbish.
Exactly. Keyboard warriors is another one. Again, if you're a keyboard warrior on our channel, you're gone. That's it, as simple as that. Gone. And if you come up with another IP address, you will be gone. No matter how many times you try it, you still will be deleted from our channel. Pure and simple. But anyway, thank you for those of you who are genuine subscribers of our channel. Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to us. It really does. Isn't it, Mrs. G?
It does. Love, light and blessings to all
Yes,
of
love,
you.
light and blessings to each and every single
All
one.
of you.
And most importantly, please stay safe out there. And again, if you're new to the channel, you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscription button, hit the notification bell, so every time we upload content on a weekly basis, you'll be the first to know when we've uploaded content like this one will be. Give the thumbs up, share the love, comment, share any of the videos, share the channel, and please tell people about us, because again, I don't always say this, there's no AI, there's no CGI, no special effects thing on our channel at all. None. You may feel some chi, that's really me. You like that one, don't you?
I like that one.
But seriously, you know,
Loving the tree.
yeah, just keep feeling that vibe of life, because it is there. It's there to help us. Don't go against it. Please don't go against it. It's too powerful for you to go against the grain of life. See, please try and find peace between one another. We really would love things to turn out for the better of mankind in the end, instead of being at war with one another. Because really and truly, we shouldn't be living at war like this.
No, not at all.
Too many innocent lives have been taken as a result of it. Far too many. Please.
And you know, even if you're not religious,
Yeah.
just send some love out there for all these innocent people who are suffering these wars. Because they really need it at the moment.
Oh, don't they just?
They really do. They do.
Anyway, namaste everybody. Namaste.
Have a lovely week, everyone.
Have a lovely week. Namaste everybody. Namaste.